Okay, Rich, you ready?
Let's do it. Let's get into it.
All right, so check it, Rich. We gonna start a little different. Um, we gonna pick up where we left off last week.
Okay.
Last week we was in a deep conversation, um, because I feel that women in particular, well, we're gonna say people do not have successful relationships because they're so focused on what they want out of a man, what they want out of a woman. They don't spend enough time thinking about what is it that I don't want? What is it that I will not put up with? What are my non-negotiables? Period.
Right.
And everybody sits and they think about the obvious. I don't want a dude who cheat on me. That's the obvious.
Yeah.
But yeah, anybody say that. Yo, I don't want a chick who cheat on me. That's corny. But I could tell you, um, if anybody in this live has ever been in a long-term relationship, then you know off rip that thing between your legs will not keep a man. It won't. In the beginning, your man will be at your crib every day of the week for that. But after a while, I don't care how bad you are. You could be Jennifer Lopez, you could be Halle Berry, you could be whoever. You just become a regular girl. And it really comes down to what do we have in common? Because it's always those little things that break people up. Like after a while, a dude starts looking and be like, yo, I don't even like this chick. Or the chick look and be like, yo, I don't even like this nigga. Like, I just don't like him. But it be based around little things. If people don't pay enough attention, they don't put enough energy up front into what are my non-negotiables. So, Rich, are there any from your standpoint? And I look at relationships different. Number one, do you subscribe to this that I'm even speaking about? Number two, do you have non-negotiables that are beyond the obvious of I just don't want a girl who'll cheat on me?
Yeah, I think everybody has non-negotiables. I think it's a personality thing. I think based on, who you are and what you can tolerate, like some people have quirks. Like that's why I think when people start doing this relationship thing, I think people they often skip steps. And we've been talking about this since we started doing this whole live thing. People skip steps. You got to get to know people. You got to get to know the personality of a person. I'm OCD. I have no qualms in telling the world that I am. I don't sleep under the covers. I put another cover on top of my covers, and I sleep on that. You know what I'm saying? I don't have dishes in the sink. I don't believe in having a trash can. I have trash bags that cannot be no bigger than what your grocery bag would be. So I don't have garbage in my house that's any bigger than what a grocery bag would be. Because once that shit gets filled, take it out. I don't want a big garbage can in my house. Those are things that people look at me and be like, yo, bro, you're crazy. Like, how do you, like, I can't take smacking. If I'm sitting down with you and we're having a conversation and you're smacking your food across from me, it drives me nuts. I don't want to be around you. Like, that's like, and it's crazy that people don't, like, those are things that really make people break up over time. Over time. If I want to smash, I'll tolerate you today at dinner. I'll tolerate you tomorrow. I'll tolerate you for a week because I know you're getting ready to get up and you're getting ready to go to your own home. But over time, if this is a serious relationship, those are things that make people not want to be around each other. So people who are in relationships, you need to find like people. People who subscribe to the same things that you subscribe to. People that are neat like you are neat. People that don't smack their food. Like the little intricacy nuances of relationships is really what makes 50 years. That's what does
Yep.
it. Because you'll drive your nigga crazy, and once like you said, Sean, once the sex wears off and you just become her, once we've slept together enough that it's not about that anymore, now all the little things start creeping up and they become big things. they become big things because now it's like, what the fuck is my motivation? Like, I beat already. I've been sleeping with you for a month now. That shit is not even, the warranty's worn off. Now you're sitting across from me smacking your fucking food with dishes in the sink and a garbage can the size of Texas, and you're trying to jump under the covers. Bitch, you gotta go. You gotta fucking go. Like, you gotta fucking go. I hope you ain't stop paying rent because you gotta go. And that legitimately be how it be, bro.
Nah, yo, Rich, it's legit. And I can't, ladies, you will have, ladies, I watch how women go on Kevin Samuels, right? And I want him to make this amount of money. I want him to be a professional, this, that, and the third, right? What don't you want? And I'm always sitting there thinking like, yo, what is it that you don't want? What is it that you will not put up with? What is it you won't tolerate? What are your non-negotiables? Because at the end of the day, I sit and I think about myself. And I've been in a long-term relationship. And coming into this relationship, I was so cognizant and hyper aware of not what I wanted. Yes, what I wanted, right? Yes. But that was only 50%. I was like, what don't you want? And I could tell you, and what I'm gonna say it's gonna sound obvious, but real talk, I just wanted somebody nice. Like somebody nice. Ladies, you will be so surprised. And I know people will be like, yo, what do you mean somebody nice? Do you know how many just mean chicks is out there? Like just attitude written, always beefing, always talking with the clapping their hands and like, I'm like, yo, just give me somebody who wake up in the morning and smile. Like she look, and today is a good day until something mess it up. It's women who straight up wake up and they beefing with the world for no reason, and then they bring that energy into your life. Just be nice. You will be so surprised, Rich. Real talk. When the sex wear off and yo, she's unattainable, but I got her wear off. All of that stuff. Having somebody in your circumference that is just a pleasant human being, that ain't beefing all the time, that ain't running around like she gonna put her hands on you, always threatening like to have that nice human being makes all the difference in the world. And I'm telling you, I'm unapologetic, and I would tell anybody who's watching this, be unapologetic about your non-negotiables. If you are OCD, if you are somebody who is like, yo, like me, I was like, yo, I want somebody who's a night owl because Sean Prez is a night owl. I don't want to come home and you got what is those house coats and a bonnet on at 8 o'clock at night. I just don't. Like I'm unapologetic about that. Like I don't want to see you with rollers in your hair at 7:30 p.m. I stay up late.
I think that's beyond not being a night owl, nigga. Motherfucker, you come home at 8 o'clock and motherfucker ready for bed, then that's something wrong.
No, Rich, you'll be so surprised. But it's a lot of dudes out there who go to bed early and they wake up early. And I ain't got nothing wrong with that. The problem is not going to bed early. The problem is I don't want to be with you if you go to bed early. If you go to bed early, good for you. If you like to get up at the crack of dawn, good for you. I'm not even saying you're wrong. But I'm not wrong for not wanting you. Period. It's just a non-negotiable.
Right.
I don't want nobody who smokes. Period. If you got to go and it's freezing. We live in New York, right? It's 2 degrees outside, and you be seeing them people going outside like this, shaking and then run back up to the. I just don't like. I don't like the smell of that. It's just a non-negotiable. So I just think people need to focus not as much on what it is you want, but can you talk about what you don't want and truly be unapologetic about it, and then stick to your guns? If Mr. Right walks in the door and he got 8 out of the 10 things, but them other 10 things are just straight deal breakers for you long term, can you be like, I'm gonna pass and I'm gonna wait for the right one to come?
If non-negotiables, oftentimes you got to look at yourself in the mirror, because non-negotiables will have a motherfucker by themselves as well. So you have to look in, and you almost have to say, am I, and an assessment, an honest assessment, am I being unrealistic? And I don't think the things that we said, like oftentimes, like the shit that you said, I don't think that you're being unrealistic. You don't want a person, if you don't, we're bad boys. We get up at 10 o'clock. We were in the office at 10 o'clock. We got home at 3 o'clock. If you dealing with somebody who can't, it doesn't help you. It just doesn't help your relationship. That's not something that I think that's a non-negotiable that is fair, because it's something that will deter or keep this relationship from moving forward. But as people, you oftentimes, you have to look in the mirror at yourself and be like, yo, my nigga, am I just bugging? And you have to answer that question honestly and be like, yeah, I'm just fucking bugging, because I just got mad at Shorty for getting under the covers. Like, no, yo, Sean, I swear to God, like, I have gotten mad at people like, yo, why the fuck would you get under the covers? And then I look at myself the next day and be like, and then the girl might look at me and be like, yo, bro, did you just, nigga, what? Then I'd be like, damn, I gotta catch myself, because I sound nuts right now. Like, I sound nuts right now. So I have to, over time, I have to be like, my non-negotiables, I'm being insane with it. So I have to fix my shit. I have to fix, because that's some internal shit. So now I got to go and get in touch with myself and be like, yo, bro, you can't hold people to that standard, because that's not something that's legitimately something that you could even really get mad about. Like, yo, why are you under the covers in the bed? Like, nigga, you sound nuts. So that sounds like somebody should be leaving you alone for even proposing that a motherfucker sleep on top of the comforter. And that's why you have to go and you have to reassess. So all I'm saying is that when this non-negotiable stuff, pick what you really can't deal with. Because if you meet Mr. Right, you don't want him or her, Mr. or Mrs. Right, you don't want them to go away and leave, and you miss out and you block your blessings because you just being silly, petty, and OCD. Like, so just before you determine what your non-negotiables are, make sure you understand, like, the difference between a non-negotiable, something that you can't, or something that you have to fight with within yourself. Because you got your own issue that you need to deal with too. And that's part of making a relationship work, is compromise. So if you're not willing to compromise, you ain't never gonna find nobody. Because ain't nobody gonna be 100% perfect.
Yeah, but my only caveat to that is nobody's gonna be 100% perfect. But they gotta be perfect for you. And I support you on what you said. If somebody getting under your covers, that sounds a little nutty, right? I'm just talking about top level things that you like as I told you last week. I grew up with a mother who threw down in the kitchen. That's the way she showed her love. That's the way she showed her affection. I associate somebody being able to make a home cooked meal with love. That's just me. Some people don't care if some people like, yo, we order out. We get a chef. You understand? Exactly. Some people don't care. I care. Like if you don't cook, for me, that's a deal breaker. It don't have nothing to do with can we afford a chef. I want you in that kitchen. But that's just showing. And I don't apologize for that. And for people, and these are the things that I'm saying, like some of these things, they're just weird, right? Some of these things are just who we are, but in the end, it be what break people up. And the same thing for me, you just talked about the trash in the crib. I'm like you. I'm psycho about a clean house. I don't want no shoes in the crib. All of that stuff is just showing. Some people come in from outside, stepped in dog crap, walked through your house, and it's like, yo, and they ain't got no problem with it. If I see shoes in the house, it drive me insane. I like to come home to a pristine house, and I don't apologize. So yeah, if it's stuff that are just your quirks, and you can't hold somebody to the fact that you know, you don't put a cover on the toilet bowl when you use it or whatever. That's one thing. But if it's just things that are at the core of you, I don't think you should apologize about it. Real talk.
No, I agree.
Switch subject. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I agree. I agree.
Okay, switch subjects for a second. I saw um, Scoop, our boy Fat Man Scoop.
Yep.
And shout to Fat Man Scoop, my brother. He had a couple of people on the show doing an IG live, and he did kind of a almost like a dating game, almost, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was a guy asking a girl random questions about her, and the guy never met the girl. And I think Scoop prepared the questions, but one of the questions that he asked was, tell me the top 10 things about you that would attract a man. Her top 4 was, and I don't know if it's this, go ahead.
Fat ass. Crazy in bed. Got her own money. And I can't even think of the other one. What were the 4?
Nope. Her top 4 was, I'm educated.
Okay.
She went to a business school somewhere. I'm a business owner. I make my own money, and I'm highly successful. Those were the top 4 things. Those were her top 4. And then she went to other things. Number 7 or something was, I'm nice. So you're a man, I'm a man. When I heard her top 4, I immediately I had to look at the phone twice. When you hear that, because there's a lot of women who tuned in right now, this second, and if we ask them, give me your top 10 things that make you a good catch for a man, they would say the same thing. I'm educated, I'm successful, business owner, I got my own money. What is your thoughts if you hear those 4 are the top 4 things out of 10?
Okay, so let's be clear. When people give you the highlights of what they deem to be important or their top 4 qualities, they're giving you what's important to them. So let's start there. They're giving you what's important to them. Number 1. Number 2, they're going to give you what they deem separates them from other people. They're giving you a political answer almost. So you say, yo, what's the 4 things that the political things that you should say? I'm educated, I got my own business, I got my own money, I do my own thing, I'm an independent woman. Those are things that a woman wants to project. So she's gonna give you those. Because if she was to say, my head is insane, my box is tight, you know what I'm saying? whatever the other ones are. My ass is fat, it's soft when you hit it from behind. They're gonna look at her like, yo, you a thot. The consensus is that, yo, you a thot. And that you are using your body and you don't have nothing else. So before we even go into this, as a man, I'm understanding that if you meet a woman and you be like, yo, so what's up? Tell me about yourself. Yo, I went to this school. I graduated. I pledged. I work here. I got my own car. I got a Beamer. Like, oh, these are all things that create a status. So in other words, don't fuck with me, nigga. Don't play with me, nigga, because I'm official. So before you even start playing these games with me, you're not talking to Shorty from the fucking Starlets. You're not talking to the little bozo from Sin City. I'm a real woman, so treat me appropriately. Don't play with me. That's what that is. So I don't even hold that shit in no regards. Because once you meet that girl and you get to know that girl, that shit might not even be who she really is. It sounded official. It sounded good to say it on Fat Man Scoops Live, and there was probably some people listening, and you got them people thinking you a boss, which is what you're supposed to project. You're not supposed to project bum bitch. You want to project boss. So get to know that person. You'll come to realize that even though those things do exist, she really loves how her ass jiggles at night. She really fancy. She really is proud of how mad she can make you finish. Like those, and then you'd be like, but you said these things. And then she'd be like, yeah, but you had to hear that to get to this. You had to hear those things, respect that person before I could actually give you this and show you who I really am. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I don't even take all that dating game and all that, you know, that's why I don't go on dating sites or even do any of that stuff, because all people really doing is giving you their representative. They're just giving you their high quality traits. That's why I don't listen to the other dude that be doing what we do. Because to me, and it ain't nothing wrong with listening to him if you listen to him, but to me, it's just a bunch of rhetoric. And it's not getting to the point. It's not getting to the substance. It's not getting to why you cannot get this. Yelling at somebody and telling them this, and the other is what they're just telling you what you're supposed to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to the real origins of why you feel like you need to say that, or why, or who you really are. Because that's what's going to determine if you get a high value man. Not what you say on the dating site, not what you put down as the fucking caveat to who you are and all the fancy shit. I'm an AKA from Stanford University with a PhD in 67 degrees. Okay, that's all fine and dandy. But the reality is, you go to work every day, you come home, you make your money. That's all really a nigga care about. All the extra career, especially if a nigga ain't in no fraternity, he don't even know what the fuck you talking about. So you really out here, you really just out here impressing yourself. And we both fraternity dudes. So when I hear dudes be like, yeah, I'm a member of Phi Beta Sigma, I'm a member of Kappa Alpha Psi, the yada, yada, yada. Nigga, this is New York City. People don't even know what that is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who are you impressing? You impressing yourself, or you trying to impress the person you're talking to? Because if you're the only nigga that speaks Spanish and you choose to speak Spanish to a bunch of niggas that speak English, then you're the dummy.
Yo, Rich, I'm gonna tell you something. You took what homegirl said somewhere so different than I even thought. Because I heard it when she said this. I had to look at my phone, right? You came up with a whole different perspective, and that's why I love having these conversations. But real talk, when she said that, I was dumbfounded, and this is just real. Like I was stopped in my track, and I had to look at the phone. The question was, what is top 10 attributes that make you a good catch? I'm smart. I went to business school or wherever. I got my own business. I make my own money. I'm successful. I don't give a F. I don't. I don't like this. This is again. If you're a woman looking for a man, and Rich, you may agree with me or you may not. I want smart. top of the list, right? I want smart. But how about I'm a ride or die. I know how to love a man. Um, I'm looking for love. Like, how about all of like, nigga, this is not a resume to get a job.
I
This
got you.
is a resume to get a man, to get real love, to get somebody who love you in the way that you deserve to be loved. If the top 10 things that separate you from the next woman, the first four of them are business and money related, maybe I'm just old fashioned, but you just ain't for me. It's like, yo, I don't care. I
You're not
don't,
old
because
fashioned.
no real man who is about his business give a crap how much money you make. It's nice. Bring the money. I'm happy, but I make my own. Um, I'm happy.
You missing it though, Sean. You missing the
Go
point.
ahead, please jump in.
The point is never to look weak, and this is dudes do it too. This is
Nigga,
an opportunity for you to spit your accolades, and for even if that shit don't have no real bearing on whether you gonna get it. The first, if you go into them chats and they ask that question, the first answer should always be, yo, loyalty. I'm this, I'm that. You're describing what would endear you to another person who you're trying to meet, but that makes you feel weak because you're not taking this opportunity to express all the things that make you different and to separate you from the next woman. So you're not coming in on that because they feel like I'm telling you.
and that's why they are not getting men who are not trying to cheat, who are not trying to play games with them, who are not running game. The reason why they're not getting that dude and they're hollering about ain't no good men out here. Rich, you said they don't want to look weak. I want to be real clear with you. It is a huge freaking difference between weak and allowing yourself to be vulnerable. It might, on the surface it might seem like it's the same, but it is completely different. And when you go into a relationship, I don't care if you've been hurt before. I don't care. You gotta allow yourself to be vulnerable and let somebody in and put it all on the line. Like, this is what I want a real man because of X, Y, and Z. And this is what I'm bringing to the table. And I can tell you, go ahead.
Come on, bro. Come on, Sean. What is the whole premise of fucking social media? What is the whole premise of going to the club with 5 chains on and popping bottles? What is the whole premise of pulling up in valet with the Beamer or the Charger or the whatever? What's the whole premise of fancy bags and shoes? You want to make a fucking impression.
Who gives a crap? Who cares?
In the big scheme of life, we don't, but they do. Because
and I'm gonna tell you, but that is if that is the case, if what Rich Dollars is saying right now, if the lines between reality and social media has become so freaking blurred that people, when they are getting into relationships, it is now I have to sell myself as I'm popping, and I want you to buy into this false image of who the hell I am, and then 2 months later, after a dude hit it and walked out, or 6 months later after he hit it and now he's hitting 3 other chicks, when that reality hits, you got questions on how did this happen? Get out of here. Like all of that extra selling yourself so that you look good on confusing social media and the digital reality with the real world, and then you wonder why I can't get a real man. Look in the mirror, because if that is your approach,
not disagreeing with you.
No, I know.
But at the same time, Sean, how many dudes do we know that brag about what they girl is and what she got? Yo, I got chick, she got this, she ride a Beamer. Like, that's the first way niggas introduce their girls these days.
Okay, can I ask you something, Rich?
Shoot.
The dudes who do that, don't mention no names, are they faithful to that woman? Bitch, think about it. Take a second.
No.
Exactly.
I can say that.
Exactly. That's my freaking point. Because if a dude is in it for that reason, he is not. If a dude is bragging to his boys, my girl got a Benz, my girl got this, if it's all about her freaking resume that she should be shopping to a future employer, or to say I am a business owner, I'm my own boss, if that is what her nigga is finding attractive about her, I can almost guarantee you 10 times out of 10 that nigga is not faithful to her. Guaranteed. If those are the things that he's bragging about.
But at the same time, we're living. I'm saying sometimes you got to take yourself out of this equation. Sometimes you got to say, okay, because in the big scheme of things, we have this conversation all the time when we talk. We fancy ourselves as dudes that got it. And my mentality is, I was like that at Bad Boy, and I learned from you, nigga. If you are about substance and you got your shit together, you are not, if you spend as much time trying to get it as you do thinking that you got it, you could actually acquire it. How many times have we had that conversation?
100 times.
Niggas today want to fake it, and they want their girl to fake it, and they want the image of what it's supposed to look like before they actually really even get it. Because if you spend your time, you wasting all your time trying to find all this supplemental bullshit that don't mean nothing in the big scheme of a relationship. If you devoted that time and energy to finding the right relationship, the world would be a different place. But social media got niggas out here taking pictures in front of Nobu, taking pictures on other niggas' cars, taking pictures with other bitches' purses. You know how many times I found a girl and they was like, yo, I don't fuck with shorty. She came to my house and one day I heard her in my closet. She was taking pictures of my shoes or my bags. Like, they do that. It's so important for them to create that image because they feel like that image is what defines them. And looking for the quote unquote high value man, you got to be a high value woman. So women are out here and they're fraudulently, and let's be clear. I'm not saying women are only just women. Dudes are doing it too. Dudes are out here renting cars. That's why, look at the business. Look at the different businesses that are popping up now. But those businesses, people out here literally Toro. I want to drive your car today. I'm going to give you $300 to drive your car today because I want everybody to see me in your shit. Because my shit ain't going to be good enough for me to get what I want to get. And then once you get that person and realize you can't even maintain it. You can't maintain her because you came in fraudulently. Or you can't maintain him because you came in fraudulently. Nobody wants to be themselves no more.
Yeah, but guys, can I interject, Rich? And I'm not taking a minute. I said, can I interject for 1 second? Because you said something. I don't want to lose my train of thought. And then you can go back. And I'm not taking men off the hook right here. I'm not. Since the beginning of time, men been fronting. There was a caveman out there who went and killed a couple of lions and put on fur. So he got 2-3 furs switching up because he wanted cave women to love him. In traditional relationships, the man bears, and this is I said traditional. Mm-hmm. I understand we're in 2021, but the man bears the onus of being the breadwinner, being financially sound, being somebody who is above his competition financially. So not to take these cornball dudes off the hook But there is a different pressure put on men to earn and look and appear like they earn since we are children. That is factual. But I don't know when this switched up that women now think that they have to play that same man's game, especially look when you're looking for a real man, when you're looking for real love. And I'm only saying this to say I don't believe that a real man, a dude who would take care of you, a dude who's gonna be there with you through sickness and health and good times and bad times, somebody who's gonna look at you like you the baddest chick in the room when you got your first wrinkle on your face, or you are not the same woman you was 20 years ago when he first got you. If you want that dude, I don't think that dude gives a rat's behind about, you know, I'm popping. I'm financially successful. I just don't believe that that dude cares about that woman. And that's the only point I'm trying to make.
You want my rebuttal to that?
Please.
How many women, how many times we spent the better part of our fucking 20s in clubs?
Yes.
How many times have we watched the niggas in the club that want to pop bottles? They want to show off. Those are the niggas that get the girls because they out there, and it's like, it's what the women attract. It's what they're attracted to.
We didn't say what the women are attracted to. That don't miss the point here.
What the women are attracted to is that's why guys do it. If women were like, yo, nigga, you corny with all them fucking chains on and them stupid ass fucking cubic zirconias in your fucking ear, then you corny, nigga. Niggas wouldn't do that shit no more.
Okay, but you're arguing from the different side, Rich. The point I'm trying to make is a nigga don't care if a woman is in VIP popping bottles. No, that is the point.
I'll give you the other side of that.
Go ahead.
2021. Women feel like they have to be bosses now. So it's almost like the shoe is on the other foot, where a woman her mentality is like, I don't need no dude. Let me show you I got my own BMW. I got my own Birkin bag. Those are the women that are saying that they want to level up. Women need to level up. They need to do this stuff because of who they are, and they don't want to be associated with things. They want to separate themselves so they can get in the chat and say, I don't need no dude to do nothing for me because I got it all. Niggas is coming at me. I'm a business owner. I'm the one with the big house. I'm the one with the cars. I'm the one with the Birkin bags, and I did it all myself. So all that high-value man shit is out the window as it pertains to me. That's how women are doing it. In the same way men get fucked over for choosing those women is the same way now women are getting fucked over for choosing them men. It's just the society we live in today, bro. It's what it is today, and the shit don't have no rhyme or reason, and it don't make no sense to me either. Because I psychoanalyze this shit every day, and I be just like what you are right now, frustrated, annoyed, like this is dumb. But then I just come to the realization that as dumb as it is, it's what niggas is out here doing.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this, and then we switch topics, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a big difference, Rich, huge difference between a woman having a mentality of I don't need no man for my bills. I don't need no man to pay my car note. I got my own crib. I pay my mortgage. That's one thing. But there's a whole other thing. I don't need no man who just loves me because when he look at me, I give him something that no other woman gives him. Whether I'm touching him, whether I'm holding on to him, whether I'm sleeping with him, when he looks at me, he feels something that he can't get with no other woman. And I think that if what you're saying is right, which I believe is true, women are blurring the lines and they are not understanding why they are not getting quality men to take them serious. A dude can respect that you're a boss. A dude can respect that you pay your own bills. A dude can respect that you are head of household. But at the end of the day, a man wants a woman who will love him like no other woman. Those things are not interchangeable. You are not exchanging the fact that you are financially sound for the fact that you make me feel like no other woman makes me feel. The fact that you got my back through thick and thin. The fact that you, if I knew I was down, if I knew there was nobody else I can rely on and depend on, you gonna be right there by my side. I don't give a crap about all that extra stuff. It's good if you have it, but I don't think real men who are faithful to their woman, who are proud to have a certain woman on their arm, are worried about all that extra stuff. It's just a bonus.
Yo, bro, that shit sounded so amazing. But and I guess this is why this chat is so compelling, and people are chiming in, and there's so many comments. I don't feel that way, Sean. I don't know if that what you just described, I don't know if that fucking exists anymore, my friend. And that's honest to God.
It does, Rich.
There's so much bullshit out there floating in this atmosphere, bro.
It is.
It's so, and I'm not gonna say that it doesn't exist. I'm gonna say that what you're describing right there should be the norm. It should be the norm. It should be the way people actually look at things. But I feel like in 2021, what you're describing has become the minority, and those people, you know.
Rich, but why do you think the divorce rate is so high? Why do you think a woman can't keep a man in 2021? Why do you think that a woman can't find a good man? Why do you think? It's because their priorities are off.
Exactly. But you're making my point. Is that
well, maybe we're on the same page.
You're saying that the divorce rate is high, and women can't get this, and men can't get this, and the dating cycle is so fucked up, and it's all fucked up out here in this world. You're saying what I'm saying, that what you just described is the minority of what's going on in today's society. The woman who wants a man to love her, wake up and look in that dude's eyes and be like, you're mine. I don't care about your car. I don't get in your Honda fucking Accord from 2001. And as long as you get where you got to go and do what you got to do and you treat me right, that's all I care about. That shit don't exist no more. They want it. That's why we can agree that shit is so fucked up. It's because people are going in things for the wrong reasons. They're doing shit for the wrong reasons, and when the shit blow up in your face, you wonder why. You cannot cheat this shit. You cannot cheat this shit. If you cheated, you think you won, but in 5 years, you will recognize that this motherfucker has come back to bite you on your ass, and you really fucking lost. That's why it's so fucked up now. That's why the game is so shitty.
No, the game is disgusting. It's disgusting. And by the way, I see a lot of people saying that they have questions. We definitely gonna let you in. Precious, I see that you're saying you have a question. When it's time for us to let people into the call, just hit that plus button, and we'll definitely let you in. All right, Rich, want to switch subject? Yeah, I mean, look, we gonna just end it here. I think the game is disgusting. And women, if the thing that sets you apart is the fact that you got money and you a boss, I got news for you. Is you probably gonna be a boss by yourself. If those are the top 3, 4, 5 things on your list, what's important to you. But anyway, ready?
Yep, let's do it.
Okay, Royal underscore Ruby Red hit us on the DM. And for everybody, Rich and I, we go to our DMs all throughout the week and we collect questions that you guys want to know. So please always hit us on our personal DMs and we'll make sure we incorporate it into the show. Royal underscore Ruby Red asks, when is it too soon for a single mom to date? What factors should be considered? Should I focus on me/social life? What about a balanced lifestyle?
I think
Did you get all that?
Yeah, I got it. And I think that's a question that she needs to ask herself. The reality is this: you take care of your kids. Your kids are your priority. If you're a single parent and you're out here and you're co-parenting, then you're the custodial parent. Then you need to prioritize your children. But if you can get out and you can date and you have an infrastructure of a grandma or your baby father still in the picture and he can take the kids, you can get out and date when you're ready to get out and date. Just don't blur your lines and lose track of what the priority is, and that is the ultimate is raising that child. But there's no single mother. If you got an infrastructure and you can get out into the world and enjoy life, then you can enjoy life with a child or without. That doesn't matter if you have a child. As long as you handle your responsibilities, there shouldn't be no time limit on when you can get out and enjoy yourself. Just don't forget the importance of a child being able to grow up and have a true mother in the home that's doing what she's supposed to do, or a father for that matter. It doesn't matter which parent it is.
Okay, so I agree for sure. Let's start this. A single mother, and I don't know how young her children are, but we'll speak general terms, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would say first and foremost, your children, just as you said, must be your priority, have to be your priority. If you feel like you want some companionship, if you feel like you want to balance your life a little bit, by all means. But again, to your point, the children have to be your priority. And I will tell you this because I don't know if it's a time limit. I don't know 2 months, 6 months, this, that, and the third. But what I will say is any real man, not a dude who just want to smash, but any real man who come into you and your infant children's lives is looking at how you are balancing the time between him and your kids. So if your kid is a month old, but in order to see this man, that kid is spending more time at your mama's house and she's raising the kid because you just have a need to get back out there into the dating world. Homeboy gonna smash for sure. He gonna hit it. But is he gonna take you serious? Hell no, because he is looking at the fact that that might be my kid next. And if we don't work out, you gonna be running around with the next nigga, and my kid gonna be raised by your mother or your sister or somebody else. So I would just say it's okay to date when you feel I'm ready to date. But any real man, and I say this because everybody who pees standing up ain't a real man. Like everybody who has a zipper and can pull out an appendage and pee standing up, that is not what qualifies as a real man. I'm talking about somebody who is about his business, looking for a real woman, looking for somebody beyond something he can just lay down and quick hit and run. He's going to be judging you on things that you don't realize he's judging you on. And one of those things, especially if you have young kids, is how are you balancing the time between me and them kids? And I can guarantee you, if you prioritize your kids, if you prioritize them, you will win a different respect with that man. Even if you tell that man, I can't see you tonight. Matter of fact, I can't see you till next week. Let me put my kids down and then I'm going to call you after their sleep. All of that stuff for a man shows him she about her business. Like she's a good one. I don't know why her and her baby daddy broke up, but I need to take her a little more serious and I need to treat her a little more different than I treat some of these other chicks out here because they clearly are not about their business. So that's my thought on it.
Agreed.
You know something, Rich? When she hit me, I had another question because you know we getting to an age where way too many of my friends is passing away. When is it okay to date after death? You know, we had SB on here a few weeks ago, and she was talking about what was she saying? She was like, yo, she was engaged, but her fiance passed away. Like, what is respectable for a woman who was in a committed relationship for years, married, maybe she was about to be wiped up, fiance, and that man died. When do you think is a respectable time to date?
I don't that was like just like the last question. There is no time. I can't tell you how you feel and when you can get back into the world. I can't tell you. Everybody grieves differently. Some motherfuckers might be like, I need to get back on the horse tomorrow. Some people might be like, shit, I need time to grieve and get myself together before I even go back here and even try to and indulge in this bullshit that's back on these streets again. I got to prepare myself for this. You know what I'm saying? So
all right, we a little different on this one.
Huh?
We're a little different on this one.
Why?
Because like real talk, like if you in a committed long-term relationship, if you had a husband, if you had a wife, nigga, you can't be out there 2 weeks from now. You can't be out there. It's a certain level. Everybody grieve different, but you ain't got to grieve with a dick in you. Like you ain't got to grieve with seriously. That is so disrespectful.
Hold on. Did you just say you can't grieve with a dick in you?
Absolutely.
Oh,
absolutely. You cannot grieve getting stuck by the next man and your husband, fiance, is still warm in the grave. I don't care. So for me, I don't know what the time limit is, but I do believe that there's a certain level of respect that you have to give. Like if when people say Rich, when Rich walk out, he's like this with his woman. Everybody know you. Everybody know her. If they see her, they think you. If they see you, they think her. God forbid something happened to Rich, and 2 weeks later she on the gram, Miami Beach, Cancun, or somewhere else with the next man. I think it's so disrespectful. I just think like that's a little different. I think that it's one thing to grieve, but it's another thing to respect what y'all had. And truth of the matter is, women who get out there too quick, I look at them like, and this is just Sean, but I look at them like, yo, whatever you and your man had, it couldn't have been that real. It couldn't have been. And that's just me.
I got a question.
Please.
How soon after your man passed can all the homies try to fuck? No, that's not a question. That was a joke. That's a joke. I don't even want to get it. I don't even want to do that.
Nah, I knew it was a joke. You know, hold on. Let me see. You know, I was watching something the other day, and it's cool for us to switch topics.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so this relationship guru, and I really want to hear your thoughts. I was like, yo, I got to talk to Rich about this. This relationship guru said, and me and you, we always advocate women. Listen to this. Me and Rich are on the same page with have very intentional and specific conversations up front. If you are getting into a place where you are dating, where you find that, yo, I'm interested in this person. I see them more as a friend. I'm curious about taking this to the next level. I wonder, could it happen? Rich and I always say, vet your potential partner. And part of vetting anybody is asking questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm laying the groundwork here. But this guru said, if you ask a man specifically about marriage and he does not have a specific date and time as to when he's looking to get married, he is not serious about you. Or, let me finish it, or he is just not marriage material. What's your thoughts on that?
It's the dumbest shit I ever heard. See, this is the thing about these relationship niggas. Bro, every relationship is different. There's no set time on how me and you create our bond. If you're gonna put it in a box and you're gonna say that within this structure, this has to happen within this time frame, you're not gonna it's not gonna be successful because you niggas is chasing the clock. That's the dumbest shit in the world. What if this person is reserved? It takes you 3 months to get to know her. That might fuck off your timeline. What if something happens within this relationship where you guys have to take a step back? That might fuck off your timeline. What if this nigga loses his job and his situation changes? That might fuck up your timeline. So for you to sit here and just arbitrarily throw a number out there and say, if this nigga don't want to marry you in 4 years, from the time y'all meet, he ain't serious, you sound like a fucking idiot, bro. You sound like a clown. We say the same thing every week. Vet your relationship. All relationships are different. Move at your own pace. Make sure you cover all your bases. Make sure you do all your due diligence. Make sure you guys might live together. Notice the nuances. Figure out if the nigga let you sleep under the covers. Figure out all the different shit that goes on in somebody's life. You need to figure that out. And if it takes 5 years, then so be it. If it takes 6 months, then so be it. There is no time frame to this. And if there's a stupid motherfucker out there trying to tell you that there's a time frame to this, then stop listening to that nigga because he don't know what the fuck he talking about. It's that simple, bro. That shit right there pisses me off because these motherfuckers really be listening to these motherfuckers and coming into their relationships on some, you ain't, such and such said. You got 4. You got 2. That nigga if you don't get this cornball nigga out my face, preaching to me to this nigga like he the motherfucking, like he the authority. This motherfucker don't even like girls.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you something, Rich. Nah, I'm gonna tell you something. This is why you my man. I already knew how you felt about that before I asked, but I had to ask because this is what relationship gurus are selling to these women, and you women are eating it up, and you're going out there and you're dating by this playbook. Okay, let me go a different way with this, right? Look at Rich Dollars. Look at just take a look at this dude. No matter how you feel about him, one thing you cannot deny is Rich don't have a problem getting a woman. Most of y'all don't know who the hell I am from a can of paint, except that I'm dude on the live with Rich every week. But be very, very freaking clear. I have never had a problem getting women, ever. And my accolades and all of that other stuff, Rich and Sean Prez have options. So let's start there. And I say that with the most humility, but I need to say that because some of these gurus don't have freaking options. And they was the niggas who was never getting girls, and they was the dudes who was pissed off when the other guy was sleeping with the women who they wanted to sleep with, and now they are the freaking gurus, and they are selling it to you like they got experience in this area. Like, it's the most asinine thing I've ever heard in my life. So with that being said,
preach, nigga.
Straight up, with that being said, if you ask a man, and I'm all for, and we preach it every week, vet, before you give yourself to a man, before you get fully committed, before you get so deep into something that emotionally you can't get out, take your time, ask the right question. But if you ask a man, do you want to be married in 2 years, and he can't answer that question, that's a fair answer. A dude might, I don't know. If I find the right woman, possibly. If you are the one, possibly. But there is so, if a dude, that is so stupid to say, if he cannot conclusively say in 2 years, 4 years, I want to be married to you, this, that, and the third, and if he can't say that he's not the right one, somebody's giving y'all bad advice, and I'm just saying, y'all are probably listening to that, and you're letting good men walk away. Truth of the matter is, am I right or wrong? Like truth of the matter is, some men might have their head on straight, and they can tell you, yo, you know what, in 2 years, I want to be married. But the way men are, the way men think, the way we're just wired, when we're in the situation, you start to feel something for this person, and there's a light switch that goes on. Oh, damn. She's different than everybody else I met. And the more I'm with her, the more I want to be with her. But he might not know that for 6, 8, 10 months down the road, to where it just clicks and it's like, oh, she's different. Now, granted, it might be some dudes out there who, yeah, I knew it on the first date, or I saw her across the club, or I saw her across the room, and, you know, our eyes met and all this. But for the most part, dudes are damn near aloof to their own self because they're so busy thinking about their careers. They're so busy thinking about all of that other stuff that many times they get involved with women. Number one, she's attractive to me. That's number one. Number two, I want to smash. I can hold a conversation with her. This, that, and the third. But somewhere in there, she ain't like the rest of these chicks. I got to keep her around. She's different. Ask that nigga that 10 months down the road. Because things change. I know men who came out of horrible, horrible divorces. Men who came out of the worst situations with their baby mother and was like, yo, I will never have another kid. Hell no. I'm not going through the court system again. I'm not going through what this chick put me through. And women, and I'm speaking about a couple of different people I know personally. The girl was like, yo, I really like this dude. He's a good dude. But I want kids and he don't. And she stuck it out. But he was coming out of something terrible. And slowly but surely, as he got more into her, as he saw, you are not like that chick I made the mistake with. You carry yourself the way that you treat your own kids, the way you treat your baby daddy. You're showing me something different. I thought everybody was the same after I dealt with my baby mother. Then you see them having kids together, and this is the same man who was adamant. I don't want no more kids because I'm not going through those courts again. Or been divorced, I will never get married again. Hell no, I'm never gonna do it. And then he meet that one who stick it out with him. But if you ask them on the front end, what do you think about marriage? Nigga tell you straight up, hell no. If you looking for marriage, look for somebody else.
These niggas is out here. These niggas is out here telling women what they want to hear. Women, you wanna base your life on a timeline because that's how women do. Women are more structured than men are. Always have been, always will be. So these gurus are out here and they're trying to tell you what you want to hear. Put niggas on a structure, put niggas on a timeline. But in reality, that shit goes totally 100% against emotions. Like Sean just said, niggas heal at their own pace. A nigga just got out of a bad relationship with a bad baby mama, or a woman just got out of a bad relationship with a bad baby daddy, and she ain't trying to get back in the dating pool. So it may take you a little bit of time to bring her around. It might, or there's a woman who is ready and ain't never been married and can't wait to get married, and she's been waiting to get married to have kids, and she pressing because she's ready. But that might not be right for you. So you sitting here and you gonna sit here and listen to these dudes. These dudes gonna have your ass divorced in 2 years or have you out here looking for something that ain't even out here. You listen to these.
No, what they gonna have you doing is being alone, because you're gonna pass up on something that could be right, that got all the makings of being right. But I'm listening to the guru, and he said if this dude don't know what he want to do, when I ask him, and we barely know each other, but I want to know, are you ready to get married at a certain time? And he say no, but I am dating with marriage in mind, so he can't be the right one. That is such bad advice, ladies. It is horrible advice.
And honestly, I'm not even going to front. Y'all listen to these dudes, and y'all take this shit as the Bible, and y'all actually take these niggas' words and these lives and these chats without actually giving it any real thought. And you take this shit into your relationship and wonder why your life is fucked up. You wonder why your life is fucked up. But the biggest relationship guru in the whole wide world was a nigga named Hitch. If anybody watched the nigga Hitch, did you know that Hitch had all kinds of problems with women? Caught the girl kissing the nigga in the car, windows fogged up, all kinds of shit happened to Hitch. Hitch can tell you what happened based on experience, but that does not mean it's your experience. It's his. If a nigga's telling you something, then he's telling you something from his perspective. That don't have to be your perspective, because this love and relationship shit don't have no motherfucking right or wrong or no time limit. It's how you move. I don't understand why this shit is so hard, man.
But it is. Yo, Rich, I want to say to everybody, I'm going to ask Rich one more question. So do me a favor, go down, hit that plus sign. Precious, I know you were trying to get in the conversation. Hit that plus sign. Everybody, hit the plus sign now. I'm going to ask Rich one quick question, because a question came through in the comments that I thought was dope, that I want to ask you. But I want everybody, if you're trying to get into the conversation, number one, only come in if you have questions. Number two, only come in if you are willing to show your face on camera. Number three, only come in if you are in a place where you get a strong signal. Number four, only come in if you are in a well-lit location. It can't be more simpler than that. So hit that plus button, and we'll let you in a second. Rich, somebody in the comment asked, and I thought it was a good question, and I forget who's the woman who asked it, but she says, how do men feel about women proposing? Which I thought was a dope question. How does a man feel about a woman proposing?
Depends on the man. I think that can be emasculating to a man if a man is an old school dude and feels like that's kind of the dude's thing to do, and it's kind of like makes you the man is to go out there and propose to your woman and all that. And I guess it's a new age woman that probably feels like if she feels like it's time, then she can do it and she can say it and she can, and it shouldn't matter. But to some people it does matter. I don't know that it would matter to me. I don't know that a proposal is something that wasn't coming down the pike. Like, that's a hard question to answer because for me, a proposal is something that we work towards. So we should be on the same page around that time. So a woman should never really have to propose to me because it's something that we've established that we're getting to that point. So it's like any day now. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's a hard question to answer, man. I really don't even have an answer. It depends on the person. For me, it just genuinely depends on the person.
Um, it does depend on the person, but I don't think it matters, Rich. I think whether you're old school, new school, if if you if you're a woman and you love this man and you want to step up and propose to him, by all means. Every relationship is an individual. There's no blanket answers. There's no, it's none of that. And I believe that a man would be honored in some way if a woman asked. I don't know that he would feel emasculated, Rich. Um, maybe if he's super old school, Delphonics type dude, you know, maybe if it's one of them old niggas that's listening to the Shy Lights, but I can't think of a dude who is 30s, 40s, 50s who would feel emasculated. I think he would feel honored. My only thing is you do it at your own risk, just like a dude who proposes to a woman. You do it at your own risk. Make sure that man is ready to say yes before you drop the one knee and say, "Will you marry me?" And the man is like, "Yo, maybe we need to talk, baby. Like this is, like if a dude pull you up and say we need to talk, it was probably a bad idea. But other than that, I don't see nothing wrong with it. But let's let some people in the chat, kid.
All right, so who's the person that you said? What are we looking for? Who are we looking for?
I know Precious was trying to get in. She kept saying she had questions. I don't know what her handle is, but it should say something Precious.
Okay. Precious. Hold on. Let's start with.
Just start with who's available. We'll work our way down.
I bet this is going to be okay. Let's start with blunt bitches S. I'm scared to let her in.
Oh Lord, here we go.
You said start at the top. I'm starting at the top.
Good gracious.
Is she even in the room? Where are you at? Blunt bitches.
This sounds like it's about to be something.
She gone. So now we're gonna
Rich, one thing. Can we ask y'all when we do these lives, are the people at the top the newest people to hit the request, or is it the bottom people who are the newest? Because you might be hitting people who hit it 30 minutes ago and then left a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. All right.
But go ahead and try the next one.
Janice Alexis. Is she in the room? Is she coming?
Okay, they keep putting the bottom. Are the bottom the newest? The bottom the newest or the oldest? Be specific.
Misha Mo. I scrolled all the way to the bottom. 363 people have signed on. There's not even 363 people left, but here you are. What's up, beloved? Oh, Janine. What's up, Jay?
What's up?
What's the question? What we got going on?
Shoot, you requested me. I don't really have a question. My question is, I guess, I know. Okay, Sean, you were saying you was like old school, but why would you agree or I guess, why would you feel it's okay for a woman to propose to a man if you're old school? Because I'm
That's a
old
good.
school myself, and I couldn't see myself doing it.
That's a good question. So that's questions for me specifically.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
Okay, I'm old school for sure, right?
Right.
But but if you can't see yourself proposing, that's by all means. You're old school as well. You want your man to propose to you. But I don't see anything wrong. When I say I'm old
No, I didn't
school,
see nothing wrong with it. I was curious to why your views
yeah,
seemed a bit opposing, I guess.
no, that's not opposing at all. Just because I'm old school in terms of what's important to me with a woman
Hmm.
doesn't mean that I'm not living in 2021. And it also, for me that would be flattering. It wouldn't be at all um uh out of
Masculine
sorts for a woman to do that. Or definitely not emasculating, not for sure.
enough. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and when I say I'm old school, I like I like old school values with women. That's what I mean, right? I like a woman who is a woman. Like I don't want to be, if I wanted to be in a relationship with a man, if I wanted to argue all day, if I want a chick who is and I started this conversation, I want someone nice. Um for me, I'm old school in the sense that I don't mind being the head of the household. I don't, and here's the deal. Here's the deal, right? It's a big difference between somebody who's head of household and somebody who is financially sound. Because I know a lot of guys who might not be six-figure dudes, seven-figure dudes, but they are real men. They
Hmm.
are real men about their business. They take care of their wife. They take care of that household. They take the garbage out. They do all of the things that a man is supposed to do. And I think that women get confused and people get confused that there is some correlation between um head of household and you have to be a six-figure, seven-figure type dude. I know dudes who ain't never made that kind of money, but they pay the bills. They work hard every day. They take the responsibility on themselves to make sure that them lights is on and their kids is eating. And I respect them every bit as much as my millionaire friends.
All right.
Right. All right. All right, Jay. Get this work.
I don't know.
All right. Moving. Blunt bitches is back in the chat, I guess. Um, let's go with Nicole Crooks. Nicole Crooks, are you in the room? Blunt bitches is back in the chat. Look at you. What's up, mama?
Hey, Uncle Sean.
What up?
Hey.
What
Uncle
up?
Sean.
That's my niece.
Oh
Yeah, that's
God.
my
How
niece.
did you? How did
Take
you
that
get this?
mask off. Take that mask off. Take it off. Like you look nuts. You look like you got a beard. Okay, go ahead. What's your question?
All right. So my question is, realistically, do you think long distance relationships could possibly work?
Your phone breaking up.
Can you hear me now?
Let's see. Go ahead.
Do you think realistically long distance relationships could work?
Rich, you want to jump in on that?
Yeah. I think long distance relationships can work. It depends on how long, not the relationship, not the distance is, but how long you're expecting someone to live their life away from you without losing interest or moving on. I mean, I think there's a certain cutoff time. Like a long distance relationship could work if we have every intention of at some point getting back together and being around each other. And we have a time frame in which we know, okay, he's gone for 3 months. He's gone for 5 months for work. or whatever the case may be. But at some point, he's going to be back here. Some motherfuckers meet somebody in Atlanta and then they meet somebody else in Chicago and expect that relationship is going to work when all you're doing is flying somebody out every once in a while. That's not a relationship. That's a trip. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Did that answer your question or no?
No, it answered my question.
Any other question or are you done?
I'm done. It's good to see you, though.
Yeah, hit me tomorrow.
It must be rough
All
being
right,
that guy's niece.
I love you.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
it's good.
All right, next person is KT Baby. KT Baby. Let's see. All right, KT Baby is not in the room. Valence Kaginga. All right. Okay, there we go. There she is. Get rid of that. We have to say the same thing every week, man. It just don't make no sense that we got to say the same thing every week to grown-ass people in this chat. There's somebody else, dark, in bed, laying down. See you later.
Hold up. She all right. She look all right. Come closer to your camera. Come closer to the camera.
Oh boy.
Okay. How
I
you
wanted
doing?
to know if kissing was necessary during sex.
Hold on. First and foremost, who are you? First and foremost, who are you?
Who am I?
Tell me who you are. Tell me who you are. Tell me who you are.
I can't. I don't want to say who I am.
Say, okay, where you coming in from? Where you live?
Come on, Sean.
Okay. Go ahead, Rich.
She got a friend in the background saying, go ahead, girl. You fucking up our clout. Precious. I got Precious.
Go to somebody else, Rich.
All right. I'm going with Pink Strings. Pink Strings. Are you in the room, Pink Strings? What's up?
Let me turn the light on for. Let me turn the light on for this man before he gets started.
Please.
There you go, Rich. You see?
Yes,
Can you
please.
see me, Rich? You got enough light?
I can see you, beloved. I do see you. I see you.
All right.
Where you from?
I'm from New York, but I'm in Florida.
Okay, what part?
I'm in Tampa and Brandon.
Okay, shout to Tampa.
Hillsborough County. So anyway, my name is Ife. Spelled I-F-E. It's pronounced Ife. Right. I'm 48 years old. I have one daughter. She's 18. And I'm a grandma, new grandma. But so I have a comment on the question about asking a man to marry them. How do I say this? Okay, so back in my earlier years, I used to be a dancer. I used to be in the scene. I used to do a whole bunch of stuff or whatever. And there was a certain amount of respect. I got popular, but there was a certain amount of respect that I actually expect from a man, whether you met me in a strip club or not. Like when I'm not in a strip club or when I'm in a strip club, there's still a certain amount of respect. I never was just a dancer. I always worked. So I do forklift. I work in Coca-Cola. I load trucks. I do hard work. But on top of that, I'm a diva. And I'm an alpha woman, so I don't need no man, really, to be honest with you. I'm not rich like Rich or like you or who, whatever. Not a celebrity or nothing, but I carry my own weight. So if I meet someone, like he said, and I love them, whether they broke or whether they have money, and he's too shy, but I feel like we have this vibe going on, I don't have a problem asking him to marry me. And I don't think it's a problem with that, because basically, that's how I'm feeling at the time. Now, if he's not feeling me at the time, that's understandable too. It doesn't mean that the relationship is over. It just kind of puts him on point with where I'm at, how I feel about him. And before I would come at him with marrying him, I definitely be in a position where I could take care of my part of whatever it is as far as us getting married. Now, earlier, I forgot what y'all was talking about, but I was really like trying to get on in. I almost forgot what y'all was saying.
So you just said all that wasn't even really what you had to say in the first place?
No, because I'm trying to remember. It took so long to get on here, but I was ready to snap.
All right, well.
I don't even, what is your question?
Oh, you want a question?
If you had a question, we.
Sean. By New York.
I do have a question.
When you remember the question, jump back in and we'll let you back in.
Is it because,
you remember what you was going to snap about?
Man, question, since you're doing all that, have money, is there a certain amount of respect that you have someone that's not on your level and a person that is on your level? Because I wonder if you would be doing that if I was somebody that was on your level. Like, would you be trying to execute me and get me off the line and don't want to take time to talk to me because I'm not on your level?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Because you like being rude and you can't see people. It's like this persona.
You don't have a question. There's 250 people in the room that want to hear a question. Your Wi-Fi's bad.
Okay.
You don't have a question.
My question is, can you date someone that's not on your level?
What does that mean exactly? Financially, intellectually?
You're considered a celebrity to me. To me, you're on a level, you deal with people that I probably will maybe never meet. Okay, but so my thing is, would you date someone that is not in that lifestyle?
Sean?
I wasn't asking Sean, I was asking you.
I date who I like.
You date who you like. It
don't have to be no celebrity. It don't have to be nobody on no TV screen or in no play, in no movie, or no athlete, or no soccer player, or no volleyball player. I like who I like. I like beautiful women. So if I meet you at the grocery store and you're a school teacher, then that's fine with me.
So have you ever?
Yo, Rich, do you notice how she repositioned herself now? All of a sudden, the focus on her breasts up. Now that you said you date who you like, she switched the whole position.
Niggas in the comments like, shoot your shot, man. Shoot your shot.
Yo, did you see? Hold up. Did you see how she switched her whole position and put the camera down? It was like, look at these. Look at the tatas.
Like in other words, nigga, what you ain't talking about shit, nigga. Look at these bombs. Like, girl, let me find somebody else. All right.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna try dude. Anton Wilson. I tried. Let's see if he comes in. Rachel Ricketts. Rachel Ricketts. Are you in the building, Rachel Ricketts?
And there's somebody named Ms. Khalifa who's trying to get in. Ms. Khalifa.
Okay.
Hey, who? This is not Anton. Hold on. I didn't know it was going to click on so quick. Hi, everybody.
Hey, how you?
Good.
Do not hand it to a guy. Do not hand the phone to a guy. We do not do guys on this show.
Oh, that's for everybody else, not for me.
Okay.
So, I just wanted to give a response to the comment about timelines.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I just wanted to say, when people are dating with the intention to marry, I think that it is a good idea to have a timeline. Now, granted that sometimes things may change, life happens. So you may say, okay, I do want to marry somebody within like 1 year or marry someone within 2 years. But to walk into a situation and say, I have no idea, I don't know, or I just, have this bond, or this person seems different, is not a person who's walking into something with intention. And so,
Well, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
If you're going into a situation with somebody that you're just now meeting and you have a timeline, how can you honestly assess what that timeline is if you can't honestly assess where y'all are going to be in 2 weeks?
Well, I think it's really knowing what you want to begin with, right? Like, if you know that you're wanting marriage, you know that first of all, you're not going to entertain a person for more than 30 to 60 days, that it doesn't seem like it's going to go in that direction. So if you know that, like, hey, this is what I'm looking for, or if I'm just out here dating to be dating to see what I can come up with, that's not intention. And so I think that's where timelines come into play. Like, if you are not sure what you want, then maybe you don't have a timeline. But if if a man knows, I want to get married, not that I'm open to getting married if she wants to get married, which is different. Or a woman says, I'm looking for a husband, or I want to get married, then you know that you are evaluating individuals or a specific person with that intention in mind. You're not going to carry on and say, let's just like leave this up in the air, and then 5 years go by and you're nowhere.
Sean?
What's your name, ma'am?
Rachel.
Hey, Rachel. Nice to meet you. Where are you at, Rachel?
Atlanta.
Like, no, what city?
Oh, Atlanta.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Atlanta.
Oh, Atlanta. What up, Rachel in Atlanta? I want you to listen to your own words, right? You started off talking about a timeline, and then you said dating with intention and knowing if someone wants to be married. If you want to be married, that's very different. And what I mean by that is, there's nothing wrong with you asking someone who you're interested in, how do you feel about marriage? That's very specific. Do you want to be married? But when you come into a relationship saying, do you want to be married? And you can even say, do you want to be married in the near future? But the problem is when you try to narrow people down to a specific timeline. Right. That is what we're talking about. You can ask all of the questions and get the answers that you need. But when you talk to people, or when you come in and try to have these set regulations, I want to be married by 2023, January, this, that, and the third. Number one, a guy might not know, but let's take that out of it for a second. Do you even want, and I'm asking you specifically, and this goes to any woman, if you met me on the street and I told you I want to be married in 2 years, would you even feel like you're interchangeable at that point? Like, understand how that makes somebody feel. I want to be married in 2 years. I want to be married in the next year. I better have a ring on my finger. What that means, all you're interested in is the ring. Well, your big bet. Just let me speak. Just let me speak, and I'm almost done.
Yeah.
It comes across, the way that it's translated is you are interested in the finish line. You're not interested in me. You're not interested in the partner. So for Sean, and I think this is for many men out there, men have egos. And if we are interchangeable, like, nigga, I just want to be married. I don't want you. If it's me and Rachel and you hit me with that, you would never hear from me again. You just wouldn't. If you're like, yo, I want to be married in 2 years, this, that, and the third, You done told that to Rich. You done told it to Bobby. You done told it to Ralph. You done told it to everybody in the group. And it's going to be one knucklehead who's going to say, yes, I want to be married in 2 years. But would you really feel good about somebody? You feel like, yo, this is not me. I am insert man here, or I am insert woman here to get married. So go ahead, and I'm sorry. I just want to make that point.
That's fine. And so what I'm hearing is like, in the way it's communicated, when it's proposed as a demand, right? Nobody wants to be demanded to say this needs to happen at X time. So that's more so like a deadline, right? Whereas proposing to say, you know what, I don't want to date someone for more than a year, or I don't want to date someone for more than 2 years, not knowing if this will, culminate into marriage or culminate into whatever it is that that person is looking for, which is a timeline. And so I think, when you speak about, or when, not you personally, but when timelines are spoken about, I think it's important to like really specify the difference between a timeline and a deadline, and so, and that's what it is. I think a lot of people kind of get caught up. Should a man or a woman like put a deadline on a person? Like, you don't even know the person and I want to be married in like 2 years or whatever. I think that's a red flag. Like, are you going to rush to get married to someone that you don't know? But if you're spending time with a particular individual and you're evaluating this person as a potential partner, how much time are you willing to spend before deciding this is the person I'm going to spend the rest of my life with, or this person just really isn't for me?
That's very different, and you just changed everything. It's very, very different what you started off saying and where you just went. I that is a personal thing, right? Meaning Rachel is dating Sean. Um, a year goes by. We're doing really good. Me and you, we good. There's no problems. There's no cheating. There's no infidelity. We have chemistry. And you roll over one day and it's like, yo, what are we doing here? Because I'm looking to be married. Where do you stand with that? That's fair, right? You're emotionally invested. He's emotionally invested. All of this stuff, but again, it comes down to Rachel. If you at that point say, I am not spending another year unmarried, I'm unwilling to do that, then if he who at that time is into you and you at that time is into him, if he says, you know what, you're right, let's do it, great. But if he says, yo, I'm still not ready, are you prepared to walk? And that is a personal decision that each individual has to make. And you got it, and again, it's no different than being on the street. It's always said, if you're gonna pull a gun, be prepared to pull a trigger, right? If you're gonna pull it out, be prepared. So when you have that conversation, and if you feel I really cannot be, it is more damaging to my spirit to be in this relationship, not knowing when I'm going to be married, when not knowing when this man is going to wife me. It is more damaging to me to have that as opposed to being in this relationship and he not propose to me. Walk. Be willing to walk.
So, but the question to you as a man, or to the both of you, how long are you willing to be in a relationship with a woman undecidedly, knowing if it will culminate in marriage or a long-term, forever commitment?
I don't embark upon relationships with the premise that I'm going to get married in 2 years. I embark upon a relationship because we have a mutual liking for one another. and then I'm going to see where it goes from there. And if that relationship doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But I'm not going to force marriage because I'm at the time of my life where I think I need to be married, or I need to feel like I have a timeline that I have to meet, because that to me sounds like, one, the timeline is more important than the actual act of being in the relationship and actually finding out if you guys are even compatible. So that takes time, and I can't guarantee you how long it worked for us, how long that connection is for us. So for me to say 2 years, I could be lying to you. But now I'm not saying that you should be in a relationship and the nigga's playing games 7 years later and he's tagging you along and doing the things that just trying to avoid being married. Then you might need to walk away from that and find someone who's at that point in the life. But at the same time, I'm not going to force a timeline. It's like a job. It's like anything else. It's like you can't force when you get your promotion. All you can do is do your job to the best of your abilities and hope for the best. And if that boss decides that at this time it's time for you to get a promotion and you to get the extra money or whatever, then that's what it is. All you do is do what you're supposed to do, and the rest of that shit will handle itself. It might be quick. It might be like, damn, I got a promotion in 3 months. Or it might be, damn, I ain't get a promotion. This is my second year. But if y'all are both doing what you're supposed to be doing and your boss ain't fucking you and shitting on you, then just hope that it's going to happen when it's supposed to happen. You can't force those type of things.
Did I give you my thoughts on that, Rachel? To answer your question, to answer your question specifically, you were saying how long, to be in a relationship, basically without knowing what you're doing. I think that's what it comes down to. And Rich and I, we talk about this every week. Just because a man has reached a certain age does not mean he's grown. There's a big difference between a grown man, a mature man, and just somebody who stands up and pees. It is different. So first and foremost, if you find a real man, a grown man, a mature man, that man is probably going to be looking for what you're looking for. I'm tired of running the streets. I'm tired of being with somebody who's playing games. If my girl phone go off in the middle of the night, I don't want to be stressed. My first thought ain't thinking, oh, this is a nigga that she met 2 weeks ago hitting her. All of that kind of stuff, right?
Right.
But the difference with men and women is if the woman is not proven to be long term, and I'm talking about a real man, if we get into this and we done been together for 6 months or whatever, and I can't see long term success with you as a woman, you're showing yourself it was good in the beginning, but the more I get to know you, the less I like you, the less compatible we are. A man will end it. A woman starts to look at it like I just wasted 6 months. And that's the difference. A man ain't looking at it like I wasted 6 months. He's looking, I don't want to waste another month. So from a man's standpoint, and again, it comes down to if you pull a gun and you ready to squeeze, I think that real men, they come into the relationship with the best intentions. But if a year go by, 2 years go by, it might seem like they're easier to walk away because they know what they want. And if you're not it, they're not looking at it like, yo, I just gave 2 years of my life to this woman, this, that, and the third, and and they holding on for dear life because now it's principle, and this woman done took these years from me. They looking at it, I got to get out of this because with the time, like I could be better using my time somewhere else. So it might seem like it's easy for them to walk away. It's just in how men and women think. Our perspectives are very different.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I could see that too. So thank you guys for bringing me on.
All right,
Y'all
Thank
have
Mama.
a
you.
nice
Make
night.
sure you check us out next week, Rachel.
Okay.
7:30 p.m. every Wednesday night. All right, Rich. I say we end it here. What you think?
Yeah, what we doing? We going on 9:24 years. We've been on for 2 hours. 2 hours
Nah,
again.
we just under 2 hours.
Yep.
So I think it's fair. We save the rest for next week. Everybody, um, we on every week 7:30. This is the Boys Club. It is a chance to hear unfiltered, very very raw, in-depth conversation, and just allow women and men to get inside of the mind of a man. 7:30 every single week. If you miss tonight, it'll be up on YouTube tomorrow. Just punch in the Boys Club, and it'll also be on Rich Dollar's Instagram feed. Please tell a friend to tell a friend. Rich, you got the last word.
Yo, we appreciate y'all. We had a nice little following tonight. That's because y'all sent out the request and y'all put it out there for people to follow us. And once they got in the room, they stayed. So obviously they enjoyed the show. So once again, we do this every Wednesday night, 7:30, the Boys Club, Rich and Sean. We in here. We'll see y'all next week, man. Thanks for the support.